All right, let's talk about a term you see absolutely everywhere these days, SaaS, which stands for Software as a Service. What in the world does that actually mean? Well, by the time we're done here, you're not only going to get it, you'll see why it's completely changed how we all use technology. Does this sound familiar? I bet it does. The term is in job posts, it pops up in meetings, and honestly, you're probably using dozens of SaaS products every single day and you don't even realize it. So if you've ever just kind of nodded along when someone says it, don't worry, you are in exactly the right place. So let's just jump right in. We're going to do more than just give you a simple definition. We're going to unpack the big ideas behind SaaS that have totally flipped the script on technology, both for big businesses and for, us in our day-to-day lives. And to help us get our heads around this, we're going to draw on some insights from Dan Martell. I mean, think about that. This guy has been building software companies for 25 years. He was in the trenches writing code way before SaaS was the cool buzzword. So yeah, he knows what he's talking about. So what's the first big piece of the SaaS puzzle? Well, it really all comes down to how you pay for it. And this is a massive change from the way things used to be. Remember the old days? You'd buy a big box with a CD in it, and you'd pay a huge chunk of money one time. SaaS throws that whole idea out the window. You don't buy the software anymore. You subscribe to it. It's more like a rental. You just pay a recurring fee, usually every month, to keep your access. And look, you're already an expert in this model. It's Netflix, it's Spotify, right? You pay a monthly fee, you get a giant library of content. SaaS is just applying that exact same idea to the business world. So instead of movies, you're getting access to incredibly powerful tools for accounting, for managing projects, for marketing, you name it. Okay, so you're paying a subscription. But where is this software actually living? It's not on a disk anymore. And that brings us to the second huge component of SaaS, remote hosting. Dan Martell has this amazing line that just perfectly captures the old reality. It seriously wasn't that long ago that installing new software meant you had to physically go into a freezing cold server room with a stack of CDs and manually load everything onto your company's giant computers. It was a whole thing. And here's the difference in a nutshell. Before, the headache was all yours. You had to buy the expensive servers, maintain them, and access everything from inside the office. With SaaS, the software just lives out there, in the cloud, on the provider servers, not yours. You don't need any special hardware. All you need is the internet. This seems so obvious now, but at the time, this was a massive mental hurdle. Businesses were terrified of putting their secret customer data on somebody else's system. It took a real pioneer, a company called Salesforce, spending millions to convince the corporate world that, hey, this is not only easier, it's also safe and secure. They really did pave the way for everybody else. Right, so you're paying a monthly fee for software that lives in the cloud. But what happens when your business starts to really take off? This leads us to one of the absolute superpowers of SaaS, scalability. Just imagine you're starting a new company. On day one, it's just you. And you sign up for a tool that works great for a team of one. But then things explode. And all of a sudden, you've got 10,000 employees who all need to use that same piece of software. In the old world, this would be an absolute logistical nightmare. You'd be buying new servers, configuring them, just a huge, expensive mess. But with SaaS, it just works. The infrastructure behind the scenes is designed to just automatically scale up. Whether you have 1 user or 10,000 users, the system just adjusts. And that is a massive competitive advantage. It means a tiny startup can use the same powerful tools as a giant corporation and grow without ever skipping a beat. All right, next up is a benefit that I think we all kind of take for granted these days, and that's the simple fact that SaaS products are always getting better, all by themselves. I mean, this timeline really says it all, doesn't it? We went from waiting for a CD to show up in the mail to making another trip to that cold server room to manually install stuff. Now, with SaaS, you just log in one morning and, hey, look at that, there's a new feature. It's just there. No installation, no hassle. And like Dan Martell says, it's an incredible deal when you think about it. You just keep paying your same old monthly fee, but the product itself is constantly evolving and getting better. The company has engineers working full-time adding new stuff, and you get all of that innovation included as part of your subscription. Okay, let's bring this all home. We've seen all the individual pieces, but why did this model take over the world? Why did SaaS win? So here it is. The whole revolution in 5 steps. 1. You pay as you go with a subscription. 2.
It's hosted remotely, so no more servers. 3. You can access it from anywhere with an internet connection. 4. It's scalable. It grows right along with you. And 5. Automatic updates mean you've always got the best version without doing a thing.
And really, if you remember one thing, it's this. Before SaaS, using powerful business software meant a massive, massive upfront cost. It was a huge barrier. SaaS just completely leveled the playing field, allowing anyone, from a solo freelancer to a giant company, to use the best tools on the market for a simple, predictable fee. So there you have it. That's software as a service. Now that you get the model, the real question becomes, where could this make a difference for you? What problem could you solve with a tool that's easy to get, grows with you, and is always improving? Something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.